Hello everyone, welcome back to Kredict. Today is day 8 of Learn Blockchain Development with Kredict in the 45-day challenge. In previous videos, we have seen many interesting topics in Solidity like variables, conditional statements, loops, keywords, functions, and many more other things. So, today is day 8 and we are going to explore the features of Solidity a little bit more. And in today's video, we are going to see what are arrays in Solidity. So without wasting any time, let's get started. I'm just going to quickly open my web browser, and in this, my Remix ID is open. So if you don't know what is Remix ID, just watch the previous video or you can search Remix IDE and press enter. And make sure you are on remix.ethereum.org. This is the only official URL for this ID. Okay, so just open this. Okay, so the ID is open now. And if you're following, you can see we have created few smart contracts in previous videos. Uh, to study array, I'm just gonna create a new contract here. I can say arrays.sol. Sol is the extension for Solidity files. Whenever you want to save any file with Solidity, you have to use .sol. So always keep this in mind. To have a clear view, I'm just gonna quickly close this. Okay. So just quickly write the boilerplate for it. I'm gonna write as pragma solidity, and this is version 0.8.20. And let's quickly add the spdx license also. Spdx hyphen licen license, and you can say identifier unlicensed. Okay, so the yellow line goes. Okay, so just create a contract here, contract, and I'm going to name it as same as the file name. You can say arrays. Okay, so our basic boilerplate of contract is ready, and now we are going to see what are arrays. So in general, arrays are collection of data of similar data type. In generally, you can say if you are coming from another languages, you may know about the concept of arrays, and in Solidity they work pretty much same. And as you have guessed, or I can tell you, Solidity is a statically typed language, so data types here matters a lot. So while declaring array, we also have to define the data type and always put the value of same data type inside it. If we try to put another values of another data type, it will not work in that way. So let's quickly see the example here. If you remember how you can declare a variable, you can say int number equal to, I'm gonna like 45. Okay, we are going to declare our array. So what is the difference between array and a simple variable? Let's quickly see. We have to type int here, and I'm going to name it as numbers and put a semicolon. Just the difference is you have to put here the square braces. So now this is a array. This is how you declare a array. But as we can initialize the value here, we cannot do this with array directly. We can also use constructor while declaring the array to initialize the initial values, but we have not seen constructor in this series, so I will show you this example later when we know how constructor work. Just now I'm gonna assign the values in this array using, you can say, functions. So to assign values in this array, I'm just quickly write a function here, function. I'm gonna name this assign numbers, you can say, and just take a one value int n. It's a public function. And now here is the part: we cannot declare this variable as pure or view, because we are going to update the state variable, or you can say the state array, in this smart contract. So we cannot declare view, or you can say pure here. So just leave it as public and just close this. Okay. So here we are gonna set the position of element we want to put. So by default we know array is empty. So we are just going to update the first value in array. And even if you know, the initial or first index of array is by default 0. Yes, this is same in Solidity. So I'm going to write it as numbers. You can say 0 and just update this value n. So this is how you can assign any number or the data of the type you have declared in the array by using the index. If you are still confused, let me show you how the array looks like. Array will be like this, which can store multiple values of same data type, and indexing should be start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can say the last element 6. So here are 6 elements. Okay, sorry, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no 6, it's only 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the index for 4 is 0, 6 with 1, 1 with 2, 5 with 3. You can say this is a general counting just starting from 0. So if you are indexing the array, you always count from 0. And this is the shorthand. If you want to get the last index, there always be the length minus 1. So in just few minutes we will see the function that how can we calculate the length of array. But for now, just quickly run this function and see what happens. So if you want to see the elements of array, we are going to declare it as public. You can write here public. And if you remember, if you declare any variable with public keyword, the Solidity automatically generates a getter function for it. So we don't have to write anything here. And we don't have any use of this, so I'm going to just delete this. Okay. So these are a very small smart contract, says arrays, that had a array of name numbers and a function that assigns the given value to first index of array. So in this way, this array always have one element, but let's quickly see it and we will update that later. So make sure that your contract is compiled, and if you don't want to recompile it manually, just click on auto compile, because this helps a lot. It checks the error while writing the code. So I always prefer auto compiling. Okay, just click on this, select your contract and click on deploy. So our contract is deployed now. Just you can see numbers, and this number, this is the this, and what is this input? This is the index value of array. So we can put the index value and get the answer. Just quickly write here, you can say it double nine, you can say, or just click on assign numbers. Okay, so something has not worked. 0. Okay, just quickly see what is the problem. Mm, okay, just try again. I'm gonna write here 5, just assign numbers. This is not gonna work, I think, because we don't have any size of array. So just something I missed. You have to put here a size, because if you are not initializing the array with the initial size, it will be 0. So just put here the number you want the array to size of. So just delete this and deploy. Just open it up, scroll down, and I'm gonna write again 899 and okay. So see here, this time it worked, because prior we have no size for the array. So by default is 0, and the size array of 0 can't take any number in it. So we can store maximum up to 10 numbers, but for now we are just assigning 0 index to n. So just quickly check the zero index element, 0 and numbers, and you can see it returned 899, which is the value we have passed here. So this is a very basic example of arrays and updating the value. Just quickly see how we can do other things in arrays. So for now, I'm just gonna pass a series of array and update this value. Let me show you how you can do this. Initially, I'm gonna write the size of this array, like you can say 5 numbers, and you can also pass an array here. So just I'm gonna write here as int. You can say double braces. So you can pass array here and just assign the numbers directly to provided variable. Just write here the new numbers, you can say, or assign it to here new numbers. You have to write it in memory. If you remember, we also write memory in. So just write 5 also, because this is a very similar thing. Okay, so if you remember, we have also used memory in string, because string and arrays are of same family. What does mean? Strings are generally arrays of character. In memory, strings are stored as arrays of characters. What is character? I will show you very soon. Uh, for now, just see this example. So here we have a array named numbers, and we have a function that assigns new numbers to the state array of this contract. So just open this. Oh, this one. Just delete this and deploy. So here we have to pass the array. We cannot write here like you can say 5 comma 7. We have to pass here in the form of array. And solidity, the arrays are passed like the two square braces. 5 comma 7 comma 1 comma 2 comma 6. I think there are 5 values. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so just assign it, and now we can retrieve the values using index. So first of all, the first index is 0, and you can say it is 5. We have passed 5. The second one is 1 and the 7. You can check all the values like this. 1, you can say 3, and the last index is 4, because the size is 5, so the last index would be size minus 1, which is 4. So this is 6, which is the last value we have passed. But why to pass index every time? Because we don't know how many elements are there, so we just can't pass index every time. So let's quickly write a function that returns the whole array to us. And okay, so I'm going to write here a function which will return me the whole array. Let's write function, and I can write return whole array, or whatever you want, you name it. This takes no argument, just public, and returns. And now if you may guess here, we have to write int 5 memory. Okay, or you can just write here the number also, but there's no thing at all. Just okay, so I think we should have to write number here, because when we are returning this, we might get some errors. Okay, so here are the errors, so just put 5 here. And you can write it as pure or view, this view, right view. Okay, so this is our function that returns us the whole array. Just open up this, delete this previous, and redeploy. So now just quickly assign the numbers. I can say 5 9 comma 0 1 comma 0. Just put another number like 6 3 0, a big number. So there are 5 numbers. I'm gonna click on assign. So the execution is successful. Just click on return whole array, or you can see it return us the whole array. And if you notice, in every return statement, the solidity also returns the date type. You can see here it returned int 256 and bracket में 5, which means this returned us array of size 5. but it always not to know the size of array. So we will see how we can do the arrays without any size. So we can also declare arrays on the go in the function if you want, but in this example I have show you how you can declare a variable in state level, or the you can say global level, and update the value and return the whole array. And if you want to get the array of element one by one, you can use this default function of public, or you can write a function similar to this. I think you may now know how to write a function for just getting a single value. Just put the index and get the value. Yes, I just show you how you can do this, because this makes you the clear of concept of indexing properly. Just write function and return array with index. You can name it shorter, but I'm going to write is that it's clearly up to the name of the function. So just write the index here. I'm going to write an index public view, and this is going to returns the integer because each element of array is of integer type. So let's click right here return and the name of array. And how do we access the index? By using square braces. So I'm going to write here index and just put the semicolon. What is this? Okay, so I think this by default the solidity arrays accepts the unsigned int, so I'm going to write u here. So no matter at all, we are fine with converting u into int until we are not putting negative values. Okay, just quickly remove the public keyword because we don't want to do vary the functions to get the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna write format code. There's nothing to format. Okay, so we have a array, empty array of size 5 and 3 functions. Okay, so let's quickly open this, delete this one and deploy. So we have now 3 functions, but this time we have our custom function that return array. You can open this to see the complete name, return array with index. So for now, if we are going to put some index, it will return 0 because the array is empty and default values for empty array is always 0. Keep this point in mind. So just quickly assign some values. I think we have 5 values. Okay, just assign numbers. And you can pass it here an index 2, 5, and 7. Okay, so there is no 7 and there is no 5. That's why it returned nothing. This I want this 91, so this is last minus 1 which equal to 3. Okay, so it returned 91. So now you know how to get values from array, and this is array of like out of bound in other languages. Okay, so now you know how you can access and update values of arrays using their index, or you can update the whole array like we are doing in this example. We are not putting an index here. You can see we are just getting a array from function arguments and just updating our own array with the passed array. So let's just see what happens if we pass an array of smaller size. I'm just going to pass this array of 2 elements. So here you can see it returned an error. It says missing size count 2 expected count 5, which means you have to always pass 5 elements array if you are using this function of array that accepts size 5 array. So please keep these things in mind. This is how array works. So just quickly I'm going to show you another example of other case. Just close this and drag this down, and I'm going to just delete whole this thing to write a newer example. So we are going to see our next example. In this example, what we are going to do, we are creating an array that has nothing initially, and we are creating a function that accepts a number, and we are gonna uh, assign the table of that number in the array. If you're confused, just see, I'm gonna do this. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna create an array of this time unsigned int. Let's try the other variables this time. Just put the braces here and name your, you can say, number table, number table. Okay, so our array is declared. I'm gonna create a function here quickly. Function get number unsigned int 256, you can say number. This is a public function and it is going to change the state, so this is not a view or a pure function, this is just a write function. In a discussion video we will discuss about what are write function, what is read functions, what are gas fees, all these concepts. For now, just follow along and try to do this by yourself, and the best practice is to code along with, so get a better understanding. If you have not any idea what is gas fees, exactly how blockchain works, don't worry, just follow along, we will understand all the concepts very soon. So this function returns nothing, so I'm gonna just quickly end here it. And so now to create a number table we have to use a loop, and we are just going to put table of any number until 10, so just put here 10. Create a for loop for int, you can say, or just write uint 256, starts from 0 and goes up to 10. Remove this equal to and I plus plus, and open the scope of for loop and just format quickly. What is the error here? Okay, we can't compare the number with, I think it says undeclared identifier. Oh, we have forgotten I here, just put I here. Okay, so let's open this bracket, and I'm gonna write here the table and update it to array. First of all, we need a value of, just declare here uint num, you can say, which is assigned to 1. Write here num equal to num multiplied by number. Okay, and I'm gonna assign the this to number table at index of I. So why is this can be restricted to view? Why we are just okay? So I equal to num. So here we have created a table and it will update the value for each iteration. Let's quickly write a function that returns us the array. Get array, I can say public pure returns memory number table. Okay, so why is there red line? Just put here 10. So still the issue. View. Okay, so this is how our function or contract looks like. Just quickly deploy this. Don't worry, I will explain it soon. Close this. Deploy. So I'm going to put here 2 and okay, sorry. Okay, yes, 2 and get number. So our function has been executed, and let's quickly check get array, and you can say we have 2 4 8 16 16 32 64 128. Oh, this is not a table, this is something else. This is like bits of uh, binaries. So I think I have did the wrong calculation here. So yes. I have to type num equal to I, not num. Okay, so just clear this. This is just a logical mistake. Everyone does this, and this is very common in the field of programming. So just put here 2 get number get array. So now this is the correct table: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. This is 0 because the first value of I is 0, and 0 multiplied to anything becomes 0. So if you want the complete table, just write this is 1 and make this 2 equal to. Just clear this, redeploy, open up, write 2, get number, and get array. What is this? Because the index of array does not work in such a way. We have forgotten about this, that array should must have to be start with. So just redo this to 0. Yeah, I know this is a little bit confusing, but bear with me. You will get this very soon. Just put here I plus 1. So this will calculate the correct result but keeps the array safe. Deploy it again. Open this. Put 2. Get number. And you can see we have the correct table 2, 3. What the heck is this? We have I. Oh, we have to put this in bracket. The basic board mass rule. That's why a little bit of math is important. And my math is very weak. Okay. So just right here 2. Get number. Get array. So finally we have the correct table of number 2. And you can check this by typing 5 to get the table of 5. Just get array and you can see 5, 10, 15. This is the correct table of 5. You can type here 500 also, and this is the table of 500. You can type any number up to the range of number. So if you don't trust me, just go and calculate this out. This will be correct. Okay, so this is how you can create something with loops, arrays, and functions. This is just a general example. We have seen many things. For now, we are just exploring the different aspects of Solidity, the different features like functions, condition statement, etc. When we have the complete knowledge of all these fundamentals, then we will build something useful, like you can say the real smart contracts, which deals with transactions, or you can say gas fees and all this stuff. For now, just focus on fundamentals, keep practicing, and follow the complete series. Don't skip it in between. If you are not have complete understanding of the topics we are covering here, just don't get demotivated. You will get it soon. Just follow the videos, and step by step you will have complete understanding of what we are doing and what is exactly this Solidity, the so-called Solidity. The only language you can hear the most probably in the field of blockchain, but this is not true. There are many other languages which you can use to write smart contracts, but the truth is Solidity is most famous out of them, and this is quickest and easiest, I can say, which especially designed for writing smart contracts. So this does not make any confusion. Okay, so this is about arrays in Solidity. I hope you have now gained the knowledge of arrays and can create some basic examples. So just go and try this out, and till then keep practicing, and we will see you in the next day of this challenge. Today is day 8, so I will see you tomorrow at day 9, and follow this series along with me. So this is all from me for today. Till then, stay safe.